Yesterday morning, my fiance thought that he was getting laid off from his job because he saw a calendar invite from a really senior person. Lo and behold, he was not the one who got laid off, but all of his upper managers did. But then that morning, okay, I was just feeling a little bit extra relieved of the fact that, like, even if he does get laid off, at least I can hold our backs with my job. At least I can hold the fort down in the meantime while he looks for a different one if that does happen. But then, thankfully, we're like, oh, like, we can breathe a sigh of relief. He still has his job. But then why is it that, like, later in the day, something happens at my job and now I'm back to crashing out? Or I'm like, fuck corporate. Like, what am I even doing here? How am I supposed to be doing this until retirement? Like, actually, even if I can retire, you know what I'm saying? And I don't understand how it has to be this way, where we are literally just groveling at corporate's feet, being like, thank you for the barely, floatable financial stability you can provide us in this economy in exchange for selling our souls, And I get why that one guy that's sailing to Hawaii right now is getting all the love that he is, because he's literally living the life that we all want to do right now. Like, sure, he liquidated his 401k and sold everything, but at least he's happy, at least he's sane, at least he's doing what he's always wanted to do. So, yeah, can we just make this a guaranteed thing that for any of us who want to just, pursue this, that will make it? Because I'm losing it right now.
It is literally my first night back at work in like 2 months. I've been off for 2 months, okay? I'm literally crying on my way to work. What the fuck? Like, 2 months wasn't enough, bitch. Get your shit together. You've got shit to do. Like, I'm in full-blown tears on my way to work for my first night.
Nursing is hands down probably the worst and the best degree you can get. It's not a secret, let's not sugarcoat this. Every time you tell someone you're a nurse, the first thing they'll say is, oh my god, I could never, or like, oh my god, that must be so hard. And yeah, it's true, the hours are terrible, it's backbreaking, the work is hard, you deal with the worst people in the world, and your job is depressing. And a lot of places not even really make a livable wage. But it's also one of the most versatile degrees that you can get. This degree gives you the opportunities to move cities. You can easily turn your wage from like a 5-figure salary to like 200,000 salary. You have the options to do whatever hours you want. You can work 12 hours, you can go per diem, you can work in a clinic 9 to 5, you can schedule your own thing with like travel contracts. You can work from home. You can pursue higher education. It's a really powerful degree and it's a really valuable degree. Obviously, I'm not saying it's the best one out there. I'm just saying it's what you make of it. So trust me, just get through nursing school. It will be okay.
I quit nursing. Let's talk about it. Let's freaking talk about it. I can't stand to see another comment. Like, I've never gotten hate this much in my entire life. And that's okay. But let's talk about it because, number one, it is not to follow my boyfriend around. It is not to follow my boyfriend around. I don't care if you think it is, but I'm sick of getting the comments saying I quit to follow him around because that is not true. That is not why. I was going to wait to make this till I was like cute and getting ready, but like I just can't do it anymore. We're going to talk about it. So, if you know, I was a med-surg nurse in New York City and I loved peds med-surg. I loved it. I loved how the kids were awake. I could play with them. But sometimes I was like, do I kind of want more? Like, do I want to try these high stressful situations? Like sometimes we'd have like rapids and like it gets stressful and I just felt like I was doing more. Hated New York, loved my job. I literally loved that job. I loved my boss. I loved my coworkers. I loved my work. Hated New York. So I had to get out of there. Went here. Went to MUSC, wanted to try PICU because like I wanted to see what that was about. I did like it and I liked the place I worked and the people. I didn't get as close with the people. A couple people I did, but like, I don't know. It was just a really big unit and it's hard to get close with people, I guess. And in the PICU, you can't really leave your spot ever, like not even to go to the bathroom. So I guess I just didn't really talk to that many people. And like I get nervous when people like know me from like social media. I feel like they already have something in their brain. So I don't know. But I can't tell if I liked PICU because obviously it's so sad every single day. Like kids are dying every single day. And then like the fact that like I just had so much anxiety all the time. Like being like, if I do this one thing, like this could fuck up everything and ultimately result in something you don't even want to speak about. So I'm like, I can't even really deal with that. And I didn't like the fact that I feel like to work in the PICU, you almost have to become immune to death. And like, they make really good PICU nurses, the one who can be like, all right, next, like, which sounds fucked up, but that you can't take every kid home with you. And I feel like I just don't know if I can do that. Like, it was just, I just didn't love how you have to speak and be about, like, go. But they make the best nurses. And, like, I just also found myself not, like, say there was a code or something. They were like, go get in there. And I'd be like, why do I want nothing to do with that? Like, why? Like, I want to go run and get you stuff. Like, I had this pit in my stomach every time something like that happened, versus, like, we debrief and everyone would be like, they'd be like, oh, I didn't get to go in, or like, oh, I wanted to do that, like, the new people, or like, next time I want to do this. And I was like, I don't, is that bad? I'm too afraid. And, like, I know, like, I just have to study, focus more. Not that I wasn't ready. Like, don't come and twist this and say you were too dumb for the PICU, because that's not the case. Like, I knew what to do and I knew how to do it, and I took amazing care of my patients, and I'm very proud of a lot of the things I did, but very high stress. And I don't like that I don't get to talk to my kids. They're all asleep and intubated, basically, like, most of them. And I just like talking with them and playing with them and seeing their personality. And, like, I feel like you don't see as many people get better in the PICU versus, like, med surg. You get to send them home a lot. So it was kind of that, paired with the fact that, like, brand deals, I've been getting these amazing last minute travel opportunities to go to, like, Cabo or, like, LA for the week, but they've been, like, all inviting me the week before. And I'm like, I'm 25. I don't want to waste my 20s doing a job that, like, I don't know if I'm happy at, when I have a whole nother job that pays me 5 times my other salary, which I know is a privilege. Like, I understand I'm very, very, very privileged for this silly little job I do right here. Like, I am privileged I should not be making way more than I do as a nurse. Like, that is ridiculous. I understand. But you would capitalize on it too. And I know people are hating, but I know if they were in my situation, they would do the exact same thing. But they're literally, like, shitting on me. Like, I'm the worst person on this planet Earth for quitting one of my jobs that I don't even make income from, barely. So, like, compared to this, it's very upsetting, because I'm like, also, people who are just influencers don't get hate. Like, there's so many people who are just influencers, but just because they were never a nurse, people don't hate them. So why can they be an influencer, but I can't just be an influencer? Why do I always have to be doing everything? Like, I understand I've been doing everything since, like, high school. Like, I've done cheer team, straight from practice to studying to this, like, to working out to managing boyfriends, friendships. But, like, for once in my life, I've chosen me and I've done what I wanted to do. I felt like I was keeping my nursing job just to please you guys. And I don't think that's healthy. I think I finally turned 25 or was about to, and I was like, I want to do something for me. This is the first time I've chosen something for myself, and I'm so proud of that. And I'm so happy. And I can tell people who are happy for me, and I can tell the people who aren't. And that's okay, because I just know I'm happy. And if you really care about me, then you'll be happy too. It has nothing to do with my boyfriend. I know it seems like I got this boyfriend, he got called up, I quit my job. Like, I get it. If you don't know me, the timeline looks a little sus, but it's not like that at all. I wanted to quit even before we talked about it for a long time, like months. And I, like, even took him out of the picture. I was like, would you still want to quit if you were single? And I was like, yeah, I would want to be doing this and, like, hanging with my friends and doing this and, like, going to the beach. And I'm living at the beach in Charleston. And, like, this schedule for the PICU was every other weekend you have to work. So, like, even if I was out of town visiting Trey, I'd come back and I'd have to work, and I couldn't see my friends at all. Couldn't go to the beach with them. Couldn't do stuff that my 9 to 5 friends hang out. They work all week and then they hang out on the weekends. I'd have to be at work. So I'm like, why am I, like, making myself sick, not able to clean, not be able to do my apartment, barely even travel, barely see my friends when I don't have to? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would I do that when I don't have to? I have the privilege to not have to do that for right now. Will I go back to nursing? Probably. I kind of could see myself, like, going the aesthetic route, or, like, I don't think I'd do PICU again. I could see myself maybe doing some kind of beads again, but I don't know about bedside. Possibly. It was very fulfilling, but I could see myself being, like, a little business girly opening. I kind of want to open, like, aesthetics. I've been wanting to do, like, Pilates, coffee, something like that. I don't know. It'd be cool to open something that can combine a lot of those things. I don't know. But I have all my figs and everything in the storage tote, so don't worry. Nursing will probably be back one day. I think it'd be really cool to be aesthetics. And, like, then aesthetics are perfect because I could actually take you guys along and film my whole entire day and people, versus, like, my other job. Like, I couldn't even film. Like, I wasn't even allowed to, like, in USC, you can't even, like, film. Like, it's so strict, which is fine and fair. Like, I totally get it. But I feel like you guys aren't missing that much content because I was just doing like lazy, get ready, exhausted, get ready with me for work. Bye. Like they were so boring. I wasn't even like making good content at the time. So that's kind of what's up. I understand we're frustrated with my content and how it looks the same every day when I visit my boyfriend, but like, guys, I'm still navigating a new relationship. I guess it's not, we're almost at 6 months, but like a new relationship where I'm actually happy and it's healthy, and sometimes I don't want to film, so I just piece things together, and I'm working on it. I'm working on the new content. I'm working on still doing like cool content that just doesn't, I don't know, involve him. And I know everyone's like, it only involves him. And I'm like, well, I am like, baseball, you have to come into their lives. So it's like, they're like, your life is his now. And I'm like, that's not true. I'm doing my own thing, but like, it just involves him now. Like, how come other people can post with their boyfriends, but since mine plays baseball, like, I'm the bad guy. Like, I don't understand, y'all. Also, we need to cut it with the you got fired, you came into work hungover, like whatever the search bar is, because what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, respectfully, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, never did I ever go into work hungover. Never would I ever drink. Yeah, I might have traveled across the country, but like, you guys don't understand, doctors work 24-hour shifts and stay awake. Every single nurse is exhausted. People go out the night, like, not during work, but like, people do go out the night before and sleep and then go into work. Like, we wouldn't go to work if it wasn't safe. And you don't understand. I never did that, but like, you don't understand how healthcare works clearly if you were concerned about that. So I was never unsafe with my patients. I would never ever do that. And if I was, I would call out, which you guys would also figure out somehow and have a problem with and make it a whole thing, which also like, there was also, I can't even, it was just too much drama for no reason. I'm happy. If you care about me, you'll be happy too. Hope this helps. Love y'all. Thank you for the people who
lie on your resume. Nobody does background checks. It costs money. Personally, I don't like to lie. And I never really lied when getting like my first job. But I had a friend who always said that he had experience in everything, because everything is easy to learn and they will train you either way because they have to. For example, you want to serve. You don't have serving experience. If you have a friend that served, just use his experience and always put that you worked there at least a year. They don't like job hoppers. Either way, they're going to train you how to serve. So you don't have to go up the ladder. Hosting, busing, food running, and then serving. If you don't have a friend, just put a random job. They're not going to call them and ask about you. That's doing too much. Hope this helped.
I apologize if I cry. I shouldn't be complaining because I have a full-time job that pays me well and has great benefits. But, you know, when you work in a job and you're not passionate about it, you just want to find something that you are passionate about. I have been applying to countless jobs, and this job market right now is just abysmal. And I have been invited to first round interviews, done really well, and then I get the dreaded email, while your experience is impressive and we really enjoyed interviewing you, we've selected another candidate. And I just received one of those today for an interview that I thought I was a shoo-in for. It went great, and received a rejection email today, and I cried the whole way home. What am I doing wrong?
If you're struggling with the job market right now, just know that I literally was offered a job, signed a legal contract, was told to quit my current job, was meted and greeted by the whole team, gotten coffee, so excited to have you next week. And then on my last day of my 2 weeks notice for the job that they told me to quit, I was told that the company did not have the funds to bring on a new person and they were rescinding my offer.
Has somebody been through this before? I'm not sure what to do in this situation. So I am a recruiter. I do both clinical and corporate. So I'm very familiar with the corporate side. So my original background is the veterinary medicine space. So I always knew that I kind of want to combine the two and get a veterinary recruiting position. So I got some experience recently in the field. So put it on my resume, everything along those lines. Since then, I've had a few interviews, and this interview for this company, I've been through 3 rounds of interviews, so quite a bit. And then my 4th interview was with the director, which is great. So it was last Friday, and I was in the waiting room, and it was like 7 minutes past when it was supposed to be. And she texted me and was like, hey, like, are you joining? I was like, oh, I'm here. She's like, oh, okay, let me send you the link again. So she sent it to me again, and I jumped in right away. And she's like, well, let me see if he can jump back on. And she texted me like 2 minutes later, was like, no, he can't jump back on. We'll have to reschedule. I'm like, okay, like, I understand. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what happened, but like, here's my availability. I was free the rest of that Friday and then Monday, which was a holiday, which I understand people may not be available, but I was like, here's the availability for the rest of my week, for this week. Nothing. Silence. Then it comes to Tuesday, so I text her like 10 o'clock in the morning. She is in Central, so I was like, hey, like, here's my availability for the week. You know, I'm still very interested in the opportunity. Sorry for what happened, pretty much, but, you know, hope to hear back from you. She texted me back and was like, hey, like, he actually is traveling this week for work, so doesn't have a ton of availability this week, so let me get back to you and let you know. I'm like, okay, totally understand. And that was that. Then I texted her yesterday, Wednesday, and I was like, hey, any updates? Nothing. Silence again. Since then, I haven't heard back anything. So today, I emailed both the director and the corporate recruiter and was like, hey, you know, I'm still very interested in this role, would love to reschedule. If you guys aren't interested anymore, can you please just like let me know? Nothing. Silence. So I look, and it's Workday, which I hate Workday. And like the status hasn't changed or anything. So I'm just really confused. And then to top it all off, he connected with me on LinkedIn today. So I'm like, I don't know. So I don't know, because I just got married like 2 weekends ago. So my last name on LinkedIn is different than what I've been applying with. So I don't know if that's the reason, but I'm just so confused. I don't really know what to do. And like I said, this is the 4th interview that I would have done. That's a lot of interviews. And to be ghosted after that many interviews, I don't know what to do. And as a recruiter, I would never ghost somebody after that many rounds of interviews. Like, I'd just rather you be transparent and be honest. Just tell me what's going on. If this mishap, which wasn't my fault, it was just a technical issue. If that's the reason they're not moving forward, just tell me. I don't know what to do. Has anybody gone through this? Can anyone?
I know I look rough, but people always do these like talks when they're getting ready. Well, I'm going to do these talks while I go to bed. So I got laid off today, which was great. I work remotely. So I left my house to go drop my car off at Discount Tire because I had a nail in my tire. Literally brought my laptop with me to work while I was there. Get there, try to log on. It's not letting me log on. It's like, okay, weird. Maybe like it just doesn't like the Wi-Fi here, like whatever. And so I was like, whatever, I'll just work late when I get home. This is fine. Get a call like 10 minutes later from HR. Hey, is this a good time to talk? I'm like, yeah, I guess. Yeah. What's up? And they're like, we just wanted to let you know that effective immediately, you are no longer employed. And so you don't need to report to work today. You don't need to work. Your laptop is deactivated. You can't log on. We'll be sending you some details and your final paycheck next week. Yeah, that's it. Do you have any questions for me? And I was like, yeah. What happened? Why am I laid off? And they said, oh, it's for company needs. We all know that's a hawk and load of you know what. So I was just like, okay, that's fine. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect employee, but there's a lot of people who have told me, like, I do a really great job. I'm the most, responsive person they've ever dealt with and all that. So a little backstory. I recently got promoted to a different position. Me and that manager don't vibe at all. I actually recently requested to go back to my old position because I said, I just don't think this position is right for me. Note that when I first got that position, I asked them, I said, if I take this position and it ends up not vibing, can I go back to my old one? Yes, absolutely. No problem. Okay. So about a month ago, I'm like, hey, it's not vibing. Can I go back to my old position? They're like, yeah, okay, we'll start the paperwork to like get you transitioned back. And then it's been a couple weeks, and I'm like, hey, like, am I going to transition back? This role really is just not working for me. And I like went to my manager's manager and was like, I'm concerned I'm going to get fired because I really don't feel like we're vibing. Like, I don't think she thinks I'm doing a good job. Like, I'm concerned. Like, I am a single mom, and if I don't have an income, then my household has no income. And he was like, no worries. You're not going to get fired. We'll move you back to your old role. Don't worry about it. Like, it's no one's goal to fire you. Well, we learned that's not true, right? So anyway, I don't have a job. So if you like my content, which is mostly eBay stuff, which is going to be ramping up because I've got all sorts of time now, please give me a follow, just so I can grow this account and maybe, make a little bit of income, while I search for other positions. I'm also going to do a little video probably tomorrow or later this week when they finally send me my official severance letter, of me navigating Georgia unemployment. So if you're in Georgia, might be useful to you because apparently everyone in the world is being laid off right now. So yeah, thanks for coming to my dramatic TED Talk. And yeah, give me a follow if that's something that interests you. If my face didn't scare you too much. And thanks for listening this long if you're still here.